Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely bonkers. It's okay. It's going to be bonkers. Now, what we're going to really cover today, you guys, is how Fannie Mae is coming out, warning everyone of a potential recession and a potential housing market crash. And I'm warning you guys, what we may actually end up seeing in 2023 is the need to bail out Fannie Mae and or Freddie Mac. I know probably you can't imagine that right now, but what I'm saying, you guys, is things may be getting so bad so quickly, we may have no choice but to bail out Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. But we'll go into that on a different video for another time. What I really want to hone in on today is how more and more companies are finally, thank God, are finally starting to warn, hey, you guys, we're probably in a recession or going into a recession, and that will probably lead to a housing market crash, right? Because the one thing apparently, allegedly, that we have right now going for us as an economy is low unemployment, but that's fixing to change, you guys. I believe unemployment is actually going to double within 1 year. I believe we're going to be sitting at 6%, 5 or 6% within 1 year's time. And I know that's not good, especially if you're not prepared for what's coming. Now, remember, you guys, like this video for the YouTube algorithm. I'm not a financial advisor, although I'm a realtor and loan officer and instructor in Texas. I'm sharing with you guys my experiences, and I'm really hoping you guys are getting a little nugget from each of these videos. So please, you guys, like this video. Now, what we're going to do, you guys, is we're going to deep dive into an article by Market Watch titled "Good News for Home Buyers." Fannie Mae chief economist says the U.S. housing market has finally turned a corner, and here's why. Now, remember, you guys, Fannie Mae is a huge influencer, so they're probably toning down their attitude. They're probably underplaying the reality of what's going to happen. But at least they're warning, right? At least they're sounding the alarm. At least we can't say we didn't see this coming, right? At least we can't say there wasn't writing on the wall. People that fail are generally those are going to be those people that keep their heads in the sand and refuse to follow the trends, refuse to follow the data, and refuse to look at historically what has happened in the housing market. So thank God more and more companies are coming out and warning. But let's get started on this article right now, you guys. The inventory shortage, high prices, and rising interest rates have finally bitten. Single-family home sales fell sharply by 16.6% in April. That's month over month, by the way, to a seasonally adjusted annualized rate of 591,000, according to the Census Bureau. Now, here's the thing, you guys. Year over year, new home sales are down 26%. Month over month, 16%. Devastating to new home builders. New home builders are dangerously close to bankruptcy and being shut down if they overbuilt. So hopefully they learn their lesson. That was the slowest rate of sales since April 2020 during the earliest days of COVID-19 pandemic, offering respite for buyers that the market is cooling. What's more, new home sales in March were revised downwards significantly from 763,000 to 709,000, the Census Bureau said. The new home sales report released today by the Census Bureau clearly points to a housing market that has turned. Mortgage rates have risen 200 basis points since the end of 2021, putting pressure on existing home sales, mortgage applications, and home builder confidence. What other choice do companies have now but to start preparing and warning about a housing crash and a recession? And here's why. We don't have to guess anymore. We see the data, and the data is trending to a housing market crash or cool down, whichever definition you prefer. Cool down, crash, correction, whatever. Negative equity, okay? Negative equity is what we're talking about here, and we're going to start seeing that coming into the end of 2022. The next part of the formula is price drops. Now that sales have drops, price drops are next, and then inventory surges. But again, you guys, the data is here. So long as these trends continue in the same direction, here comes the correction. Here comes negative equity growth, right? It's only a matter of time now. Let's continue reading this article. Economists polled by the Wall Street Journal had forecasted sales to take place at a 750,000 annual rate, although the report can be volatile and subject to revisions, obviously. However, today's new home sales report is the sharpest indicator yet, with sales coming in well below both our own and census expectations. The sales pace in April was similar in levels to the slowdown that occurred the last time the Federal Reserve engaged in tightening regime in 2018. A sharper downturn in residential investments is now underway, the Fannie Mae economist said, adding that he'll revise downward his own sales projections. A separate report released Tuesday by Realtor.com suggested that people are prepared to buy and sell homes at a more appropriate price point. So y'all see that prices are next? Look at this. I mean, this is insane. Senior economist and manager of economic research at Realtor.com said the report offers hope for seller buyers. You mean for buyers? So let me tell you what we're going to start seeing here. Now, again, you guys, the hard hit metros, it's going to lag behind. So to those of you that are watching my channel that, for example, that live on Florida coastal cities, Miami, things like that, be patient, you guys. The cool down, the crash, the correction is going to head your way soon. It took a while for it to touch Houston, but once it touched Houston, which is my local market, I started seeing things explode. Days on market, things coming back on the market, price cuts and inventory surges, and not to mention new home builds drastically lowering the price. So you guys, the writing is on the wall. It's coming. Be prepared for the recession. Be prepared for the housing market crash because it's going to present some of the best buying opportunities, but sadly, only for those of us who are prepared, which sadly is not the majority of would-be buyers across the nation. I believe that unfortunately, and this is sad, you guys, that most buyers or most people in this situation are not self-empowering. They're not self-educating. They're essentially just in the rat race, right? They're doing the rat race stuff, going day to day to day, paycheck to paycheck, when the reality is each and every one of us, I understand medical stuff and family stuff. I get that. But primarily, each and every one of us, as long as we're prepared, we can earn our right to be a winner in the housing market that's coming up. And that's what I really want you guys to focus on. So remember, keep your pre-qualification for your loan qualified, right? Keep that qualified. Keep interviewing realtors because the time to buy is coming very quickly and there's going to be really major price drops. But not only that, I think there's going to be ridiculous buyer's incentives. Once again, it's going to happen fast. But here's the thing I'm not quite sure of. I don't know how long it's going to last, right? I'm not sure how long it's going to last. I think how long it's going to last is really going to depend on the recession, but not to mention the transition from our next presidency. Any transition in presidency is really bad. And I think that's why we're in such a bad situation right now. It took 6 months to a year just for the transition to take place from one president to the other. And I believe what that did is it put the Federal Reserve behind the 8 ball. And that's why they waited to 2022 to take these measures. When the reality is, if they would have taken these measures in 2021, we probably could have had a soft landing, but that soft landing is now out of the picture. And we will see a housing market correction, crash, or negative equity. Again, depending on your definition, the definitions of those things vary greatly, but I want you guys to continue watching the data, continue watching the national market, your local markets, continue watching your budget, working on your credit, get another source of income, and love your family, love your life. I really appreciate you guys watching this video with me. Now, if you're out there investing in real estate, you guys know I wish you luck, and I do hope you win.